Hi, my name's Rory Steel. I'm Head of Academy at Digital Jersey. Skills Jersey has asked us to put a small team together to go round and help schools, both primary and secondary, through digital skills. Now, what does that even mean these days? Well, it's changing depending on what level you're teaching, which subject you're teaching, but there are some core competencies that everybody knows and wants to grow to really more specific and individual needs of each subject. And we're hoping to do all of that. So it's our job to kind of get that information to you. It already exists, whether you use Microsoft or Google or Apple, on all their training platforms. But what we're going to do is show you how real teachers are using these skills in their everyday life, not just in Jersey, but abroad as well. We've got quite a connection, myself through Apple, Google, and Microsoft networks. We've got Adam Grocott from Grainville, who's going to be running the kind of Microsoft angle. And we've got Lizzie Rosef, who specializes in the primary needs, as well as other resources that we're going to draw upon. Now, while I'm speaking to you now on video and putting this on YouTube or a virtual learning environment that we're going to create, we're also going to try different avenues. So we're going to put this into a podcast. So by all means, get that on and have a listen and see what this is. I'm going to put this very same video onto the podcast on Spotify, and we're going to run under the brand of EdTechTalk.je. So you'll find your information there as well. As I said, we're going to hit everything. So we're looking for your advice as well, the things that you want to know about, as well as the things that we know save time. For example, I love to save time through marking using forms, or if you're an essay-based subject, through that as well, using loads of different rubrics and other time-saving tools, all the way through to primary and video creation and content creation. So it doesn't matter what you're using, we will find a way to help you. Because many of you know me as a geek, and you think, well, that's okay, Rory, you're a bit of a geek, you know what you're doing. I started off life as a maths teacher as well. I know, still a geek, but all these tools that we're doing can hit every subject. In fact, a lot of the subjects seem to surprise people when I talk about our biggest users. I know the English department at Bolia, for example, where I kind of did all that kind of technological change, is one of the biggest users. Lots of other subjects going forward. So don't think that just because you're not a, quote unquote digital subject that you can't benefit from these tools. What we're going to be doing is talking about time saving tools, things to give you bits of your life back. I'm here in the garden, because I want to be here rather than just planning and prepping and marking, things that have to be done, but can we speed them up? And that's the whole kind of point of this, to save time and to get forward. So I'm not going to talk much longer. Adam's going to take you through now some footage of when we went to BETT, an EdTech conference that isn't just about digital, it's about all subjects. And let's hear what the professionals from around the world are saying. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ad Grocott, ICT champion from Grainville School in Jersey, and I'm at BETT 2022, where we're looking for 22 teaching tips that you can bring into your classroom to improve your students' learning. Jeni Long and Sallee Clark, who together are...
Jenallee!
Jeni, what is your top teaching tip?
Well, my top teaching tip would be to do one thing at a time, like take it slow. That's what you're going to say.
Yeah, pick one app and own it. That way you're not overwhelmed with too many things to learn, so you can just take one app and own it for you and your students. And Jeni, what would your app be?
Well, my ultimate favorite app is OneNote. OneNote is amazing because it integrates into anything that you're using practically, but we use Microsoft Teams, so we do all of our assignments in OneNote, and then we send them out through Teams. And students can do their maths in Teams. They can, in OneNote, and they can keep track of links and images and videos. And OneNote is accessible on your phone, on your iPad, on your any device you're using. But OneNote is just amazing. It is wonderful. So definitely check out OneNote.
And she took my app, so I'll go with my runner-up, which is Canva for education, 100% free for educators and students. But the reason I love it is because it is a creation powerhouse. So no longer are students just consuming information, but now they can go and create and share what they've learned with video, with graphics, with presentations. The sky's the limit. So that would be my app of choice.
Kojo Hazel from Wales. Kojo, what's your top teaching tip?
All right, so my top tip is to use the Flipgrid recorder in Wakelet to screen record your students' work, offering video feedback rather than written feedback. Happy days.
Tim Clarke, originally from Jersey, now at Cornerstone. Tim, what's your top teaching tip?
I think for us it's about making the learning accessible for the children. We've done a huge amount of work in the last couple of years using 365 and the tools within that. And for us, Teams and OneNote are the absolute big wins in terms of the children collaborating together, communicating with each other, being able to access the learning in school and at home. OneNote is just so easy to use, and it's also so flexible. So the amount of things that you can embed in it, that you can put in it, we also use it actually as our teaching tool. So again, it's there for the teachers to put in PowerPoints, forms, YouTube videos, anything they want in there, and it's an unlimited canvas. The bonus with that then is, because it's saved in Teams, if the children or the teachers want to go back and look at a previous day's learning, or here's some learning we've started in school, and actually I want you to carry on at home, it's all there. It's online, any device, any time, ready to go.
Awesome. Linda Parsons from Dubai, what's your top teaching tip?
Hi, my top teaching tip is to get your image of your handwriting, take that image, put it into OneNote, set it as background, and then your teacher can annotate over the top of it to give you feedback without destroying that draft of an essay, so you can do progress on it and also show progress in OneNote.
Awesome. Henry Penfold from the south of England. Henry, what's your top teaching tip?
My top teaching tip is, when you want to work on two OneNote documents, use Control and M, and you can compare them side by side on the screen. Great win.
Awesome. And Kozma from California and Flipgrid. Anne, what's your top teaching tip?
Oh, I love to share the Flipgrid Discovery Library. It's a database of ready-to-use topics inside of Flipgrid. Educators can find content from fellow educators or featured partners. It's like taking a topic template, meaningful, rich, ready-to-use resources right inside the Flipgrid Discovery Library. Also, check out the Flipgrid Live events and join us as we connect the world with incredible learning adventures.
Awesome. Sean McLaughlin from Plumpton College, what's your top teaching tip?
Okay, so using Flipgrid, I created a tree ID list, and it had a lot of scientific names to enable the students to correctly pronounce that name. They were using the immersive reader in Flipgrid.
Awesome. Tony Sharp from Amesbury School. Tony, what's your top teaching tip?
I would go for audio feedback in OneNote. I mean, that's a real time saver. It's a lot richer experience in terms of what the information that you convey to the pupils. It's as simple as clicking on insert audio, and then it immediately starts recording. You record your feedback, hit stop, and it's there, it's done, it's embedded. Pupils can refer to it whenever they want to or need to go back and revise. And yeah, there you go, that's it.
Awesome. Mark Sparvell from Microsoft HQ. Mark, what's your top teaching tip?
Okay, my top teaching tip would be this. Make sure you start every lesson every day with an emotion check-in, simply asking, how are you feeling? What it does is it creates a space for students to pause, reflect upon their emotional state, how that's affecting their thoughts, and also how it's affecting their behaviours. And the tool to use is Reflect, sitting in Microsoft Teams. That's aka.ms/reflect. It's built inside of Teams and creates a space for students to develop emotional vocabulary, pause and reflect, and also to practice and rehearse thinking about emotions and how it's affecting them and their learning.
Awesome. David Osborne from Jersey. David, what's your top teaching tip?
Top teaching tip is to use insights to see what students are doing. So you can see their activity, what they've actually logged into, how long they've been on it, and that's pretty powerful.
Awesome. Mark Anderson, ICT evangelist. Mark, what's your top teaching tip?
My top teaching tip is about keeping things simple. Marginal gains. Don't try and, in education, silver bullets don't exist. Okay, so adding lots of little things to your repertoire that you can use over time to save yourself time, massive impact. Yeah, that marginal gains theory, Sir David Brailsford, that sort of thing, huge. So my one tip is using Windows Shift and S, taking a screenshot. Just absolutely brilliant, nice and quick, saves it to your clipboard, never sitting around with files here, there and everywhere, clogging up your pictures folder. Is to go straight to your clipboard, so Windows Shift and S, drag it around whatever it is you're trying to get a screenshot of, go to your destination, Word, PowerPoint, whatever, press Control and V, it pastes it in, bish bash bosh, job done, it'll change your life.
Awesome. James Fraser-Murison from Yo-Yo Tech. What's your top teaching tip?
Well, Don't be afraid of this, give it a go, but I would thoroughly recommend TikTok. We've all heard of it, we've seen how wonderful it is, how quick and easy it is, and how informative it is to engage students. As a teacher, try it before you're scared of it, embrace what it can do, and it will absolutely make your life a lot easier, I promise you.
Awesome. Lanny Watkins, MIE Fellow from Wales. Lanny, what's your top teaching tip?
Okay, so what I suggest you do is if you're using Teams and you're using OneNote, to kind of help pupils link together channels and sections within OneNote, find an emoji and use that in the name of the channel and use the same emoji in the name of the section. And that way, when pupils are moving between the two, there's that instant recognition and they know where they're going, and it helps them get used to kind of moving between the two work environments. And to be honest, it just brightens everything up, which makes it a fun environment to work in as well.
Awesome.
Well, I hope one or two of those nuggets hit home with you. We tried to do a range of things, a range of subjects, but it was about that kind of content creation was quite a lot of the stuff there. We'll be going through that and many other things. And for those eagle-eyed among you or counting along as you went, that was 13 tips. We're going to hit the rest of them in the next podcast. So while you may have watched this as a video, which I think is everybody's natural way of looking at things, please do go to Spotify, search for EdTechTalk.je and find us there and subscribe to that Spotify and just put it on as you're maybe driving the car, put it on the Bluetooth speakers, or if you're just, going between or just listening to something on a walk. That's the kind of object we're trying to do. Video, audio, online. We're just trying to get it to you where you might consume this media. So do let us know which you find the most useful, and we'll start to create this content for you. And that's what it is. Digital content, digital skills to help your life. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon.